One of the big aspects of abandonment trauma is that because we were abandoned, we learn to abandon ourselves. We do this by pushing parts of ourselves that feel uncomfortable and basically excelling them in our internal world because we don't feel comfortable with them. So anytime we have, for example, a need or a want and we think it's wrong to have that need or want, we just push it to the side and we ignore our own needs and our own wants. I see this happening especially a lot in the spiritual community. I used to be part of this community for many years until I started to heal from trauma and actually started to heal from the things that I was looking to heal when I was in the spiritual community, but wasn't getting very many results. You can see this happening a lot in the community with individuals who are literally focused on the positive only. They're focused, for example, only on affirmations, love and light. They're uncomfortable with people having uncomfortable feelings. If you're angry or if you don't respond a certain way, all of a sudden you're not spiritual anymore. And so when we do this, we're literally pushing parts of ourselves that are trying to tell us something. And because it feels uncomfortable, we don't want to look at them and we push them to the side. What people don't know is that when you do that, you're actually depriving yourself of the healing that your internal world is seeking. So with that, I challenge spiritual individuals to think a little bit differently. What if you, wanting to be positive and only look at the positive things and focus on love and light, was a protective mechanism that you created from you looking at the uncomfortable feelings and possibly trauma that's buried within you? What if that trauma was so uncomfortable that your internal world is trying to make you only focus on the positive as a way to ignore it? And when you're doing this, you are literally abandoning parts of yourself that are looking to heal. I work with parts work, also known as internal family systems. This is the modality that I use to heal myself from a bunch of trauma with a trained therapist that specializes in this modality. I also got trained in this modality and now have been helping women heal from their own trauma. And one of the things that I learned through my own healing and getting trained in this modality is how the internal world works. And that a lot of times we're operating from parts of us that are trying to protect us. And some of those parts may show up in positive ways or what we think are positive ways, but they're actually just protective mechanisms that are, again, protecting us from a trauma that is within us. And so now when I look at individuals that are spiritually oriented and don't feel comfortable with their own uncomfortable feelings or somebody else having uncomfortable feelings, I look at them from this place of this modality and understanding that that is a protective mechanism for them to not look at the uncomfortable feelings that they have, because those feelings are probably most likely connected to a trauma. Because here's the reality. If you're truly secure in yourself, it doesn't matter what other people are feeling. It doesn't matter if they're having uncomfortable feelings. It doesn't matter if they're having a bad day. You would not be triggered by them. You would not be impacted by them. So if somebody is having a difficult day or experiencing difficult feelings and your response is to judge them and to tell them that they're not spiritual enough or that they should go do all of these things, that is because you also have work to do in yourself to heal. Because wanting to fix others like that is also a protective mechanism that we have that prevents us from looking at our own unhealed trauma. So a secure person understands that as humans, we are gonna have difficult days. We're gonna have days that are tough. We're gonna have difficult feelings and create space for those feelings to be there. We also understand that positive things are good, that positive feelings are good. But again, it's about creating that space for our full self to be fully accepted instead of pushing it away, because when we do that, we're abandoning ourselves over and over again. And it's also understanding that we are human and we're not perfect, and even our healing journey is not ever going to end. It's always going to keep evolving and growing, and we're going to keep digging deeper. With the trauma coaching that I offer, I'm able to create space for my clients to actually explore those difficult feelings, those feelings that they don't feel comfortable sharing with others because they're afraid of being judged. And I don't take any of that on. I don't try to fix them. I don't try to tell them what to do. And I'm able to leave the session feeling secure in myself, not taking any of their stuff on. And also in doing that, they feel safe to heal. And the more that we heal from trauma, the more secure that we become in ourselves, and the more that we're able to create the space and hold the capacity to allow others to experience their feelings, no matter how uncomfortable they are, and just allow them to be. The more that we can fully accept a person for all the parts that are operating in them, instead of trying to control them or tell them that they should not be there, and the more that we're able to do that with ourselves. And this is one of the most powerful ways that we can heal from abandonment trauma or any trauma that we have experienced. And if you are somebody that likes to help people, this is also one of the most powerful ways that you can actually be there for somebody in a way where you're not judging them or trying to fix them or telling them that they should change who they are, because it makes you feel uncomfortable. If you want to learn how to do this, I suggest that you follow me, as I will continue to create more content like this in regards to abandonment trauma and just trauma in general, healing from trauma. And then also to join my classes that I have for driven women. I have 2 of them. One of them, we will talk about specific topics in regards to abandonment trauma and how it impacts driven women. And then also work on starting to heal from that. The second class that I have is where you can actually experience this modality that I shared in this video. And there's a max of 4 individuals in that class, 4 women in that class, so that each one can experience this modality. So I will put the link in the caption, and I look forward to working with you.